Maybe you didn't lose yourself in one dramatic moment. Maybe it happened quietly. One yes you did not mean. One apology you did not owe. One room where you became smaller so no one would leave. And then one day you looked up and wondered, where did I go? If you feel like you lost yourself, I want you to breathe for a moment. Not because breathing fixes everything. It doesn't. But because sometimes the body needs to know it's no longer in the same place that taught it to disappear. You may have spent years becoming agreeable, becoming useful, becoming quiet, becoming easy to love. And somewhere along the way, you may have mistaken survival for identity. You may have called it maturity. You may have called it peace. You may have called it being understanding. But deep down, something inside you kept whispering, this is not all of me. Losing yourself does not always look like you're falling apart. Sometimes it looks like it's functioning. Showing up, you're answering messages, you're doing the work. You're smiling when your spirit is sitting in the corner, not knowing where it is, but ready to leave. Sometimes losing yourself looks like being praised for being strong, while privately wondering if anyone would still love you if you stopped performing. And maybe the hardest part is that you can't always name the moment it happened. You don't know. It's like it just happened. You woke up one morning and you didn't know where you were. You just know that you don't feel like you anymore. You don't laugh the same. You don't dream the same. You don't trust your own voice or hear it the same. Even you sound different to you. And maybe you've been blaming yourself for that. But I want to offer you something softer. Maybe you didn't lose yourself because you were weak. Maybe you lost touch with yourself because you were trying to survive something that kept asking you to leave pieces of yourself behind. You are not broken. You're not. You're buried. You're buried under expectations. Buried under rejection. Buried under the version of you that learned how to be acceptable. Buried under the fear that if people saw the real you, they would choose someone else. But buried things were not gone. Seeds are buried. Roots are buried. Treasure is buried. So sometimes what is buried is not dead. Sometimes it's waiting for the right kind of safety to rise again. So maybe the question is not what is wrong with me. Maybe the question is, what part of me went quiet because it didn't feel safe to stay loud? Coming back to yourself does not always begin with a grand reinvention. Sometimes it begins with one honest sentence. I do not like this. I do not want this. I need rest. I know that's a hard one, right? I miss myself. I am allowed to change my mind. I am allowed to be more than who I became to survive. That's where the return begins. Not with becoming someone brand new, because there's nothing wrong with you. But remembering the self you kept having to postpone, the one you had to hold back, the one you had to keep hidden, the one you couldn't let anyone see, the one that you thought wasn't good enough, the one that you thought needed more to stay in the room. You don't have to become worthy. You have to stop living like you're worth what you sing. That's what you have to do. So this week, don't ask yourself to fix your whole life. Ask yourself one smaller, braver question. Where did I leave myself? Did you leave yourself in a relationship where peace meant silence? Did you leave yourself in a room where being liked mattered more than being honest? Did you leave yourself inside a dream you kept delaying because you were afraid to be seen trying? Did you leave yourself in the version of you that everyone clapped for, even though it cost you your voice? Don't answer with shame. Answer like someone looking for a child who hid because the world just got too loud. Gently, slowly, and with tenderness. Now, the self that you're looking for may not come running back because you demanded it. It may come back because you finally made it safe. So, you're still in there. Beneath the overthinking, beneath the disappointment, beneath the exhaustion, and beneath the years of trying to be chosen by people who never knew how to see you clearly. You're still in there. And you don't have to recover everything today. You don't. It can't be done all in a day. You only have to begin telling the truth. One truth at a time. One boundary at a time. One moment of choosing yourself without explaining why. That's how you return. Not all at once, but honestly. And if this found the part of you that feels far away from yourself, stay close. Stay close to the space. Whole on Arrival is becoming a healing studio for the return. A place for rebuilding self-worth, restoring self-trust, and remembering who you were before the wound taught you to disappear. Nothing is required of you here. Not a single thing. But something in you may be ready to come home. You're not lost beyond finding. You are not broken beyond becoming. And you are not late to your own life. You're still here. And that means the return has already begun.